Welcome to Totally Abstracted. I'm your host, Michelle, and today, at the start of 2025, I want to explore something fundamental to our art practices, how the cycles of nature and the emotional seasons we experience shape the way we create abstract landscapes. The changing seasons have always inspired me. There's something magical about how nature shifts, how winter's stark, muted tones give way to the bursting greens of spring, the golden warmth of summer, and the fiery brilliance of autumn. Each season offers a palette, a mood, and a rhythm that we can draw on as artists. Just recently, I was sitting outside, freezing. It was one of those crisp, wintry days when the sky feels expansive and the light is soft and diffused. But as I sat there, I felt a kind of stillness, an introspective mood that mirrored the landscape. And later, when I sat down to paint, those feelings became the starting point for my work. My palette leaned towards cool greys and blues, with subtle highlights of pale gold to hint at the low winter sun. And this got me thinking about how much of our creative expression aligns not just with the physical seasons around us, but with the emotional seasons that we carry within us. So let's explore this idea a bit. First, let's think about colour. Different times of the year naturally influence our colours. Vivid greens and yellows in spring, moody purples and blues in winter, fiery reds and oranges in autumn. But what about our emotional seasons? When we're feeling reflective, we might lean into softer, muted tones, while in moments of joy or energy, our palettes might burst with vibrancy. Then there's composition. Winter, for example, might inspire more open, sparse designs, focusing on simplicity and space. In contrast, autumn might call for denser compositions, full of texture and movement, reflecting nature's rich abundance. And what about rhythm and flow? Nature is never static. Think about the gentle sway of the grass and trees. These rhythms can be translated into our work through brushstrokes, layering, or even the tools we choose. Just as nature moves through its cycles, so do we. There are seasons in our lives, times of growth, dormancy, reflection, and renewal. These emotional shifts have a profound impact on how we approach our art. When I'm in a more introspective season, my work becomes softer, quieter, and more minimal. During moments of excitement or joy, I find myself reaching for bolder colours, dynamic compositions, and energetic marks. So as we step into 2025, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on where you are in your creative and emotional season. Are you in a time of rest and reflection, like winter, or are you feeling the first stirrings of new growth, like spring? Let these seasons guide your work. And let me share a simple practice I use to align with both nature and my emotional state. Start with observation. Spend time outside, even if it's just looking up at the sky or the trees near your home. Notice the colours, the light, the textures and the mood. Reflect inward. How do these observations resonate with how you're feeling? What emotional season are you in right now? And translate into art. Choose a palette that reflects your inner and outer worlds. Let your marks and compositions mirror the rhythms and shapes that you see and feel. Remember, abstracting the landscape isn't about copying what you see. It's about interpreting it through the lens of your soul. It's about allowing the seasons, both in nature and in yourself, to shape the way you create. As we begin this new year, let's embrace the cycles of inspiration that surround us. Each season, both outside and within, has something unique to offer our creative practice. Until next time, keep experimenting, keep observing, and most importantly, keep creating. Happy New Year, and here's to a 2025 filled with artistic discovery and growth.